as this truth is concerned, is GMS. Nobody else. There's other guys that know the truth too. Going back to Nathan, right? Nathaniel, Nate, Satan. He speaks, and 99% of the stuff that he says is right on point. But then there's a curve there. You know, if you take a map, you go up this way. So I'm going to give you directions to get from point A to point B, from Broadway to Main Street in any town, USA. Okay, you go up 2 blocks, you make a left. You go 3 blocks, you make a right. You go another block, you make a left. You go another 3 blocks, you make a right. Now, how many turns was that? What, 3 or 4 turns? If I gave you all those turns, right, and I made a mistake and said instead of going right, go left, if it was 400 turns, all I got to do is go off on 1 turn and you're lost. So that's what Nate is doing. He's giving you the map. He's giving you all the directions, all the turns, but he goes off on 1 turn. And all you got to do is go off on one turn and you're lost. And he was set up, we believe he got paid off to do that, man.
Yeah, and Yahweh Shai said in the book of Matthew 5:48, be ye perfect, even as the Heavenly Father is perfect. So the Heavenly Father demands perfection.
And he's far from perfect.
So and then in Hebrews 6:1, it says, let us go on to perfection. That's what Paul said. So we're supposed to strive for perfection. Again, it's written, strive for the masteries. This is Matthew 1:23. It says, behold, a virgin shall be with child, and shall bring forth a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which being interpreted is God with us.
That's what it means. And they're telling you the interpretation. Emmanuel, which being interpreted is God is with us. All right? Now let's go back to what's this dude? Abba Yah Allah, Yasha Allah.
Yep.
Now we broke the word down, right? Yep. Which proves that they do know the Hebrew and they do go by the Hebrew, but they want to tell you they don't know the Hebrew. Like I said, that name right there, the first name and the last name, he didn't take a bunch of different sounds and put it together to make it sound like Hebrew. He knew exactly what he was. And first of all, when he came into the truth, I'm pretty sure Nathaniel Allah gave him that name.
Yeah.
If not him, somebody else, because he had to start from somewhere.
That's right.
So at one point, Nate was teaching the Hebrew. Now all of a sudden, we don't know the Hebrew. Now, if you don't know the Hebrew, why hasn't he taken that name down? And when did he put that site up, man? Go to the left. It should be up there.
January. Date joined January 30th, 2009.
What? Hold on, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 4 years, man.
Yep.
He had that word up, that site up, that YouTube site up for 4 years. And he hasn't changed that name.
Yeah. What's up with that?
And like I said, he didn't put no sounds together and make the name up. Abba Yah Allah. Yahweh is my power. The next name, Yashur Allah, is Israel. Yah, He, Shah, Prince, Allah, power, or God, or the Most High. And then the word Abba Yah Allah, the Most High's name is in that, man.
Yeah.
So that's further proof that these guys are complete hypocrites, man.
Yep.
They're complete hypocrites. Then another thing that they do, they got the tribes. I think the tribes is up there on his page, where they go into the 12 tribes, and they say the tribe of Judah, the Negroes, the tribe of the American blacks, the tribe of Issachar, the Mexicans. Well, how'd you know that?
That's right.
Because of the prophecies, brother. When you go into them prophecies in the book of Genesis, the 49th chapter, and Deuteronomy, the 33rd chapter, and you just read it, and the Spirit has to be working with you, man.
Yep, that's right.
The Spirit has to be working with you, man. Because I can go to somebody on the street and say, read from Genesis 49 and Deuteronomy 33 and say, what people does this describe? I don't know. Yeah, the reason why you teaching that the 12 tribes are who they are based upon that order is because you learned it from the main school.
That's right.
But then on the other side of your mouth, Nate, you saying that they went off. Yeah. Oh, another thing, you follow the main school because even the breakdowns that you go into and you curse your followers out if they don't break it down the right way, that goes back to the main school too, even when the main school went off.
That's right.
Because the breakdown of the beast, going back to the Roman Empire, you would have one of the tapes, one of the videos, you did that, and you said, "Who knows how to break it down?" And then you got a guy come up and say, how do you say it? The Romans, the Greeks, the Spanish, the Germans, the Russians, the French, and the British. That was the old way that they broke it down, which Ariel went off on. Right. Because Russia wasn't part of the Roman Empire, man. The Roman Empire didn't go that far north. That's right. The furthest north that they went to is Germania Major. You had Germania Major and Germania Minor. They didn't go northeast up into Russia. Right. So Russia was never part of the Roman Empire. And Russia is not part of the beast today. Because the beast was assembled under the acronym NATO for the main reason because of the fact that the Russians were so powerful that if they said, well, look, if the Russians attack Germany, then France, the United States, Britain, Great Britain, and those nations of NATO had to come together to the aid of Germany to fight against the Russians because the Russians were considered so powerful with their nuclear weapons. That's why that whole thing was set up. That's why NATO was established. And I believe NATO was established, was it in 1949? Yeah. 1949. And I remember in 1999 when they had commemorated, what was it, 49, 59, 69, 79, 80, 89, 50 years of NATO at the UN, which links up the UN with NATO, which is in the scriptures, which is in Daniel, the 7th chapter, Revelation, the different books of Revelation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even the way Nate keeps the Passover, he learned that from the main school.
Yeah, because they don't read from the Hebrew, they don't read from the Torah no more. They just open up the book and read in English. I don't know. They don't show I haven't seen them go through the Passover, but that dude is full of shit, man.
Yeah, he's a hypocrite.
He's a hypocrite. He's a straight up hypocrite. Here, say something, Mark.
All right, I got a quick precept. This is the book of Job, chapter 36, verse 13. But the hypocrites in heart heap up wrath. They cried not when he binded them. You know, and right now the Lord is binding you. You know, when the Spirit of the Lord gets on the elders to curse your ass out and to correct you, that's the Lord binding you. You know, and setting you down the right path. But you ain't crying. You don't want that. Because that pride is consuming you. Oh. It says, but if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword, and they shall die without knowledge. But the hypocrites in heart heap up wrath. They cry not when he bindeth them. And basically, by you hardening your heart, all you're doing is basically heaping more and more iniquity and heaping destruction.
That's why that nigga got the shakes, man. That's why you got the shakes. Now, if you go to one of the videos that he did, where it's evident that this guy got either Parkinson's, MS. What's the other one? It's all the degenerative disease of the mind. All right, In other words, your brain cells are breaking down. That's what it is, and you can build it back up. Okay, MS, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, and what's the other one? Alzheimer. When you get old, that your brain is breaking down, man. If you took a X-ray of your brain, it would be smaller. That's what the studies showed.